views and opinions expressed in this broadcast do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions of WBGR Network. Any questions or concerns about what is said should be directed to the show host, whose information will be provided upon request.
Lady who walks around without being shady, who knows the values, who's gone through trials. Her smiles are captured from mouth to mouth. It's not the size of her thighs she worries about, but the pride she thrives to keep that drive. That cinnamon twist, that cinnamon twist, that cinnamon twist. Ladies, can you feel me? That cinnamon twist, that cinnamon twist, that cinnamon twist.
Hey, it is your girl Tasha, known to the world as the Tasha Carpenter, but everybody calls me your girl Tasha because when you hang with me, what? It is like you are hanging with your girl. Okay, guys, and in the studio today, I told you, if you know a female, if you have a mother, if you have a daughter, if you have a grandmother, if you have a wife, if you have an auntie, if you have a side chick, whatever it may be, you need to make sure that that person is on here because today we have two guests in the studio that are delivering a awesome campaign called Justice for My Jewels.
That's right.
And we have, I'm going to go with ladies first. We have Dr. Stepheny Finnie hanging with your girl Tasha. And we have Mr. Norman Ray hanging with your girl Tasha. But I'm going to let you guys each tell something about you. Don't get all technical and just in the business. I want to know about you as people. Let them know who you are as people.
Okay. Hello, my name is Dr. Stepheny Finnie, and a little bit about me is that I am a mother of two. I have a daughter and a son. I am a wife, and I enjoy life. I enjoy cruising. That's one of the things that I like to do every year. I won't promote the name of the cruise line, but I'll just say I like to cruise. And I am excited about the Justice for My Jewel campaign because I have my own personal testimony. And so I'm very passionate about that. It's not just about, Jewel, it's about the campaign because we are proud of what we're doing in the community because we want to cherish the jewels that we have.
Wow. Good evening, everybody. My name is...
Can you follow that?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Norman Ray. I tell you, I'm excited about to be here with you, Miss Tasha. I've been watching you here for quite a while. And to get to sit next to you right now, I'm in trouble, aren't I?
I did not pay him. I did not pay him. Go ahead. Now.
But let me just tell you guys, I'm awful excited about what we hear today. Like I said, my name is Norman Ray. I've actually spent 22 years in the United States Army. And I tell you, over the last couple of years, it has been just an exciting time for me. But about 4 years ago, I actually got wind of a particular product that I've always heard about, but never truly understood it. But over the last 4 years, I've been totally enlightened about what it is that you women that we're going to speak to today have dealt with. I'm married, of course. I've been married for 40 years. I have a 25-year-old daughter and a 40-year-old son. But it's the women that really got me interested because, again, I was in a space that I truly didn't understand. But now, over these 4 years, guys, I'm telling you, I understand so much. And ladies, I'm here to talk passionate to you once we get started. So open up your ears, open up your heart, because I believe I'll say some things that you probably going to bring those men in to watch with you.
Okay, he said he gets passionate as if he hasn't already got passionate. It sounds pretty passionate there, right? Okay. And it was awfully nice. Look, your girl Tasha, I'm just crazy for a man to tell you to open your ears instead of open something else for a change. So I commend you on that. Thank you very much. All right. Now, look, Dr. Finnie don't know what to do with me. She get her, she says, yeah, girl, we got to take it telling because some of these women, they only care about the wrong men. Talk to a man that's trying to educate you and save your life for a change. See, they don't get turned on by that, some of them. The little girls. A woman is interested in this, and we're out here to try to save all females, correct?
That's right. That's 100% correct.
So tell me, what is Justice for My Jewel?
Well, Justice for My Jewel is a campaign that was started not even 6 months ago. And what we've actually done and what we really want to impress upon our women is that we want our women to actually stop suffering in silence, Tasha. We have a lot of women that are going through changes when they become, especially young girls, when they come into their feminine flow. So one of our goals, and maybe our major goal, is to really talk to our women about the sorrowful, harmful effects of tampons and sanitary napkins. Because we want them to be aware that what they've been, unfortunately, had to use here throughout the world has not really been that healthy for them. So we're talking about in areas of their hormonal balance. We're talking about in signs of their feminine flow as far as their cramping. You have women who say they flow for 12 to 15 days and they go through a period in that time where they actually can't even really go, some can't go to work, some can't go to school. They really have issues that we as men truly don't understand. So the Justice for My Jewel campaign is to talk to you, ladies, about what it is that you go through and letting you know that we believe that we have the solution that will make you, help you feel better than what you have felt in the past. I'm going to turn to Dr. Finnie. What can you add to that?
Well, I'll simply add that I'll add that we're bringing awareness to women and young girls about a subject that's taboo to a lot. I mean, people don't really want to talk about it. They don't want to open up about it. But I've met several women that are really suffering in silence. They're wearing, tampons and sanitary napkins at the same time during their cycle. So they're having very heavy feminine flows, cramping, and not really talking about it, which I get it. You go to the store and you purchase things that you think are safe, but many of the over-the-counter sanitary products are very harmful. And tampons, are even worse because we're supposed to flow. That's why it's called a feminine flow, and tampons are not allowing you to flow. So we're just putting it out there. We're going to say this is not a taboo conversation anymore. We need to be open and very transparent so that we can help people through the Justice for My Jewel campaign.
Okay, now I'm going to tell you, this has got to be... I'm curious for you as a man talking to people like this.
Right.
What type of response do you get when you approach a female about this? Because, the first thing we like, you can't talk to me about anything about my feminine flow. You can't tell me how to have a baby or anything else. Right. So what type of reception do you actually get? Was it hard at first and now it's getting easier? What are your experiences? Hey guys, wait, I forgot to tell you. Hit share and invite. It don't cost you nothing. Share and invite. And also remember, you always can call in on 301-429-9247. 301-429-9247. Hey Derek, hey Andre, hey Chris, hey Charles. I see you guys coming in. Thank you in advance for hitting share and invite.
Well, let me just share this with you. For me, at first we had a lot of what I like to call conversation. Because women wanted to know, what is it that you as a man could actually tell me about what I deal with every 28 to 30 days? So they were a little reluctant at first to really open up. Case in point, even my own daughter. My own daughter really did not open up to me about what she dealt with, even though daddy knew some of the things that she dealt with, because there were times where she didn't want to go to school. And I would see her in pain. So a lot of women would say, I can't open up to a man. But you know what I said to a lady one time? I said, ma'am, I truly understand that. But let me ask you this. If you had to go to the doctor today and you walk through the door, chances are that gynecologist that you're about to see is a male. And she looked at me like a deer staring in headlights. But I wanted her to understand, I get it, but I also want you to understand that you have to be healthy. So we had some opposition there, but now we don't really have much opposition. And I'm so grateful for that, because I think women are starting to appreciate the fact that men are really taking a notice and a concern of their health And I get this all the time, Tasha. I have women actually sit down and say, you know what, Norman? Thank you. Thank you for talking about a subject that in most cases were taboo. But now having a man not only just talk about it, but I can hear your passion about it. That's exciting to them. I never forget my first conversation with a woman, Tasha. It was so, guys, I got to tell you, this really blew my mind. It was an attorney.
Okay.
And this attorney was at a party, at a business event. And Tasha, during that business event, she came on her feminine flow. And in that event, she was sitting on a white plush leather sofa.
Okay.
I can only tell you, because I don't want to say the word, but she said a word that was explicit. Tasha, she said tears just started flowing from her eyes. As that lady began to talk to us, I could feel tears in my heart because I never had to deal with that. I never had to deal with men ridiculing me for something that was natural. And the feminine flow, gentlemen, is natural. This is the time where your wife, your daughter, your niece, your cousin gets an opportunity to do what? To detox their body. That's why I'm passionate about this. And that's why when women have opposition with me, I listen to them, but I have to throw it out there. Ma'am, I understand. But I want you to know I'm in your world. I just want to be there to help. And this is what we're doing.
Y'all heard it from Terrence in Chicago. Thank you for joining. I know you got that 9-year-old daughter that you got to look out for. Andre Johnson is saying, I used to come on twice a month. And I used to stay on for 7 days twice a month when I came on. But now I don't know what's going on. That's Aunt D. Aunt D, you got your transmission dropped, didn't you? You got your transmission dropped. She don't have to worry about that anymore. So
we got something for her, though.
They got something for you. What you got for Aunt D?
Talk to her.
Do you tinkle when you sneeze? We got something for you. Our moderate packs are for those. Or if you just have a little tinkle here and there, sometimes you may cough a little bit. We have our panty liners, and they are definitely effective. So we still have something for you. We're still in your world.
She said, do you tinkle when you sneeze? All right now. I hope I don't start tinkling when I sneeze no time soon. I know what. If I sneeze right now, I'm going to tinkle because, never mind. Okay, so Miss Stepheny. Dr. Stepheny, how did you, what drew you to this? Because I know that some people show a resistance when they hear something that's not available in the store. You can't walk down your normal grocery store aisle or the pharmacy aisle and take it off the shelf. And for some reason, they think that, okay, it's going to make you lose your left leg the moment you use it. Because things that are not FDA approved and all this other kind of stuff, especially when I learn with a lot of stuff, they don't even understand a lot of stuff that's in the store is not FDA approved because there's no regulations requiring it to be FDA approved. So what made you decide to move away from what we see every day and what we've been taught in the stores and what we've been utilizing?
Okay. Thank you. Well, I actually had a personal issue where I went to the doctor. I was having some feminine issues, and to make a long story short, it was a male doctor. He told me that I was having an allergic reaction to my sanitary care and that I should stop wearing sanitary napkins and switch to tampons. And I said, oh no, the devil is a lie. Don't do that. So we have to figure out another option. So through a lot of research, I found out about Justice for My Jewel, started using the Jewel sanitary napkins and fell in love with them. My feminine flow was a good 5 days heavy. Now it's down to 2 days. I'm not saying this is a cure. We don't promote that, but that is a part of my testimony. My daughter, I wanted her to have something that she could start out on that was good. I didn't want her to go through the things that I went through. You know, I think about whenever you have a baby, the things that you go through. You have to leave the hospital with the sanitary napkin. That's a requirement when you have a baby. I wish I had known about this. I wish this was out because this is what I would have needed. I had 2 cesareans, not by choice. The healing process was rough. This would have definitely helped with that. So I'm passionate because it's helped me. I have a daughter. who just started her feminine cycle not too long ago, and I'm glad, I'm excited, I'm thankful to God that I have this product to give to her, because she can start out on this and keep it moving.
All right now. Hey, Delilah. I see you, girl. You beautiful too now. Okay, so I know that when we're dealing with businesses in this industry, because I'm in the industry too, just a different type of product, that starting a conversation, how do you get in with a conversation? It's bad enough that in this industry already people feel like, oh, you got to be a salesman. I don't have to be a salesman, because I have you asking me questions and I don't even have to come at you directly. But, you know, how do you start the conversation with somebody about this product? I mean, y'all said it's taboo, so it's not like, see, it's different with me. If someone talks about they got a headache, oh, girl, come on, try this oil right here, put it on your head. But taboo people, they're not going to just walk around and talk about, I got my cramp going on. Lord have mercy, I done changed my pad 12 times a day already and all this stuff.
But, you know, Tasha, that's a real good question. But I can use Dr. Finnie as my example. When I went to Dr. Finnie a little while back, I called her on the phone and asked her a question. I said, Dr. Finnie, can I ask you a question? She said, yeah, sure. I said, Dr. Finnie, if you had an opportunity to seriously make a difference for women, would you be interested in knowing about that? And she's like, what are you talking about, Norman? I said, well, first of all, it's about a woman's feminine flow. But at that point, I had no idea that she was dealing with an issue. So we met. Mm-hmm. And when we met, I gave her, of course, I talked to her about the product, and I told her from the testimonies. Well, she was open to it, to try. She said, I'll try it. Well, I'm here to tell you, 48 hours later, she gave me a call. And she said, Norman, I don't know what that was, but what I do know is I need it. Now, that's just Dr. Finnie. But if I meet you on the street, I could be in JCPenney's, and you could be behind the counter. And I could just say something like this.
Girl, when the last time you came on your cycle?
No. That's not what I would say. Oh. I would say this. Because, Tasha, you got me going. But look, this is how we do. I would say, young lady, I said, are you the manager? And you would more likely tell me, no, I already know you're not the manager. And I would say to you, are you a young lady? Are you really up on your health? And she may say yes or no.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, my team, y'all know. Go ahead, let's role play. Yeah. I'm behind the counter.
Okay, you're behind the counter, right?
At Popeyes,
okay.
selling a chicken sandwich.
All right. Hey, young lady, how you doing?
Hello, how are you?
Good.
How can I help you today?
My name is Norman Ray. I got a question for you. I've been watching you, and I'll tell you, are you the manager?
No, but I'm not used to people coming in asking for my name.
But I'm gonna tell you, but
that's kind of creepy, Norman Ray.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
But let me say this to you.
What you want?
I was watching you, and one of the things I want to ask you. You seem to be a young lady that's really into her health, because I'm watching how you moving. Are you pretty healthy conscious?
I got extra minutes on my hourglass, so I'm healthy enough.
You are really? Well, great. But look, let me say this to you. I'm an ambassador with Justice for My Jewel campaign. Have you ever heard of it?
No, you an ambassador of a country? What country?
No, of a company called Justice for My Jewel. It's a campaign for women.
Oh, okay. All right.
Right.
Your jewel?
Oh, my goodness. But let me tell you this. I would love to be able to talk to you or give you my card about our campaign. I think it would be something that you would really enjoy.
I got a line. These people want their chicken
That's
sandwich,
Here's
Norman.
Give me a call.
Okay.
See, Tasha want to play, but this is, guys, it's so
That's
easy.
so serious.
I'll take that challenge too.
It's so easy.
I'll take that
Go
challenge.
for it.
Okay. What I do, I say, excuse me, but if I had information that could possibly save your life or the life of someone you love, would you listen?
I would listen.
There we go. That's enough. I can wrap it up. And we can talk about it.
All that. See,
I'm floating.
But you know what? It works for him. It works for him.
We need the short bus version.
He has a gift.
We need the short bus version.
You said at Popeyes doing the chicken sandwich, so I didn't quick.
That's a short put. That's right. The line is there.
Quick.
Line is there. We don't want nobody,
Yes.
no fights. But anyway,
Yes, it's
okay,
been
all
enough
right,
fights.
okay.
Over
We
that
definitely
chicken
have a way of talking to individuals. What I love about it is how I talk to men.
Yes.
Because see, we as men truly don't understand a lot about what our women deal with. But what I love about this about men, when they find out, they say, well, you know what? That sounds very interesting. And I said to them, but you know what, guys, guess what?
Delilah, you like that?
You can even use this product for you as a man.
As a man?
And they said, what do you mean?
Lord, can y'all tell that woman to stop vacuuming? Because I'm going to tell you, if it's coming, can y'all hear the vacuum? Can my viewers, can y'all hear the vacuum? She out there with the vacuum. She hitting the walls. The glass about to break down in here. OMG, she needs a muffler on her vacuum. Anywho, I'm sorry.
No, seriously. But we actually enjoy the way that we approach not only women, but even men.
Okay.
Okay, and we'll talk a little bit about that as we go on.
Okay, so when you talk first of all, when you are giving out your card and stuff, how often do you really get callbacks?
Well, I can tell you, oh my God, I'm so grateful. I have a pretty good persistent rate. I actually get called back quite a bit. But basically, if you want to put a number on it, I say for every 10 people.
You get called back a lot.
For every 10 people, I probably get at least 7 callbacks.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. It's
Yes.
probably, he smelled good. It's the soap and water. Okay, go ahead. All right. So let me stop being like, look, they hanging with your girl Tasha. I just be authentic. That's just the way I am. They over here laughing on your thing. Can y'all, everybody on Norman Ray's watch party, can y'all type something? I want to talk to you. And the phone number again is 301-429-9247. Okay, so I know that a while back there was another company that was out doing this, but I had also at that time learned that there was a company that was like in Asia or something that also did it. So it was about 3 different companies that talked about having healthy sanitary napkins. Right. So tell me, what's the difference between what you guys have to offer and maybe some of the other companies? Because some people have heard about these other companies. What makes you different and stand out apart from them?
Okay. I would say the one thing that makes us different is our graphene strip. And if you haven't heard of graphene is vibrational energy. That means it is always conducting, it is always alive, it is always moving. And we are the only company.
Forgive my thoughts. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We're the only company in the United States.
Vibrational energy.
Yes.
So how strong is the vibration, Dr. Stepheny?
You don't feel anything. I can tell you that from the usage myself. You don't feel anything. But I will do a demonstration before the show ends to show you the technology behind our product.
Okay, so what is the benefit of this?
Okay.
This strip?
Yes, the benefit of this, which that's the big question. The benefit in a sanitary napkin is that it helps with any type of cramping, inflammation, heavy flows, and additionally, it helps remove heat from your core because our body temperature goes up to 98.6 degrees during that time of the month. Mm-hmm. So with that helping move the heat away from our core, you definitely want that in a sanitary napkin.
Okay, mine might be 105. I don't know, but okay. All right. Look,
yes.
She's like, Norman, why did you bring me on this crazy woman show?
No, this is good.
Yeah, I'm not a mess, Terrence Coleman in Chicago. Dr. Brenda Brady said, yes, vibrational energy. Okay, Dr. Brenda, you know about them vibrations too, lady, huh? Oh, we got a call coming in before we go to it. Hanging with your girl Tasha, who's calling and where are you calling from?
Hey, Tasha, how you doing?
Hey, Aunt D, how are you? I should have known you was going to call. And you, do you tinkle when you sneeze? That's what Dr. Stepheny said. She had something for you.
No, I don't.
Okay.
You know what? When I was 20-something, when I was 16, they put me on birth control to control my flow.
Okay, that's
I went through menopause in my 20s.
All
And by
right.
the time I was 30-something, I was finished with menstruating.
Wow.
That's interesting.
And you said you came on 2 times a month for 7 days each time.
I was. And it was heavy.
Okay, now, so, look, I'm only happening like every 6 months now, so I'm happy.
I know you are. Well, I'm even happier than you because I ain't got to do it at all.
All right, now. Thank you, Auntie.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Let me speak to what Aunt D just said about that. there's a lot of young ladies we get to talk to, Miss Tasha, that actually are looking for ways to either lessen their cramps, lessen their flow, and actually, in essence, stop their menstrual cycle by going to the doctor, taking these different birth control pills. But this is what I suggest. I'm not a doctor, okay?
Okay.
But what I say is this. If you want to look at this on another level, of a spiritual level, the Lord designed your body to naturally detox, okay? Which means that any time that you put any foreign object in there to stop that, you're actually going against the natural process.
Exactly.
One of the things that we love to say is that, women, I will never be in your world when it comes to a feminine flow. So I get it. But if you have the opportunity to have something that you could feel safe with, without someone inserting something into your vaginal wall or putting you on birth control that, i.e., will either increase your weight production or have your body understand that something's foreign going on, would it not make sense? See, we're not here to advocate anything except for giving you and bringing to the market what we know as to be a much healthier product versus what's out there on the market now. So if you have the opportunity, and when you think about a young woman such as Aunt D, who just called, who basically hadn't had a cycle in years because of what she had to go through. I met a 19-year-old that had a hysterectomy. That shouldn't have to happen, when there could be other ways to get things done without them taking out your organs. Now that 19-year-old would never be able to have a child. Dual sanitary napkins, we believe, is the answer because of how it's made and because of the technology. If you keep going to the dollar store, if you keep going to Food Lion and buying what's on the shelf, which we know through research is formulated with recycled trash garbage, wood fibers, it goes through an 8-step process, which means they have to chemicalize it. So that means once you saturate it, ladies, that chemical goes back into your vaginal area. All we really want you to hear tonight is why we're passionate about helping change lives. Over 600,000 hysterectomies yearly. And now some are being linked to tampons and sanitary napkins. You got to change something. And this is why we're here tonight.
Did y'all get that? Now, how many of y'all out there with your eyeballs sweating right now? Some of y'all tearing up out there. Michelle Ford said she'd like to see the demonstration and she'll take a 10 vibration, please.
I can do the beginning. I can do the demonstration. I can do that. Okay, this is awesome. I'm going to push this back because I have to do the demonstration standing up. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to show you our Jewel sanitary napkin from our moderate pack. And then I'm going to take one from over the counter. Okay. And I'm going to show you that this is open, the one from over the counter. And, you know, you can actually see the sanitary napkin. So, you know, I'm in women's world. Many times we take these, we throw them in our purses. And so all the stuff from the purse gets in it, which is not a good thing.
Warren Cotman said this is some good information. He appreciates y'all.
Okay, great. And this one is sealed completely. Not just here, but you literally have to open it up completely. So,
okay.
Yep. So that's a good thing. And from a medical perspective, this has to be open because of all of the chemicals that are in this. So that's another reason why it is open. It cannot be sealed. But I'm going to do 3 things. I will do a wet test, an absorbency test, and then I will do not really a test, but just show you how the graphene technology works.
Miss Ford from Charles County said she joined a little bit late, but do they also help with your pH balance?
Yes, absolutely. The graphene helps with that. And I want to show you something on this sanitary napkin. This says 9 hours leak guard protection. Okay. And I put 50 milliliters of water in these 2 cups. I'll go through that in a minute. But I want to show you that when you look at this sanitary napkin, I'm going to put 50 more milliliters and do the wet test. That way you can test the absorbency of both. Remember that one napkin said 9 hours of leak guard protection, and that is the one over the counter. Norman, is that 50? And the reason we go with 50 is because the medical community believes that 50 milliliters is the average feminine flow.
Are we able to get on the downward view? Okay, awesome.
Okay. Please let me know if that is 50.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So if you guys are seeing it, you might not can see it close, but with the first one, the water has started going over to the little wings. It's spilling over there. Okay. I'm not seeing that on the jewel.
Okay. And just wanted to add too, did you know that over 600,000 women annually have hysterectomies? Hysterectomies used to be, like a basic anomaly. It's like I've done everything that I could do to prevent this, but now I have no choice but to have hysterectomy. Mm-hmm. Now people go to the doctor and they're just having hysterectomies. It's not really a big deal to have one, but it should be, because 70% of those are women of color. Okay. We need to think about that. And I get with the sanitary napkins, people say, well, I don't like to sit in it. And I get that. No one wants to sit in it. When I was on the sanitary napkins over the counter, I changed my sanitary napkin every hour on the hour. I actually had a watch that would vibrate and let me know it was time when I was at work. So I would go to the bathroom, change every hour on the hour. Just being honest.
Dr. Finnie do a lot of vibrating. Go ahead.
No, this is the over the counter, not the jewel.
That's I'm talking about. I'm just saying.
A lot of vibrating. So now I'm going to take this napkin and put it over both. And Norman, if you would
please y'all see that?
Touch that for me. Okay, let me get you to wipe your hands off really good, please, before you touch this one. And I want you to touch it. Make sure it's dry. Okay. Yes, ma'am. So the question is, do you want to be dry or wet? Which one? That's the first thing. And this said 9 hours leak guard protection. So that didn't make it 9 minutes, and that's false advertising.
All right. So there you guys have it. She said, do you want to be dry or do you want to be wet? Do you want to be dry or do you want to be wet? Okay, with that being said, guys, we are going to break to a quick commercial, and we're going to see you guys on the flip side of the commercial break.
I made a mistake. And before I realized that it was too late, I was swerving in and out between 2 lanes, but I didn't expect anybody's family to be in any true pain. I could have put the bottle down. I was in a daze, so I'm kicking it into full throttle now, but now somebody's mom is feeling trauma because their baby can't be coddled now, so she can't get her baby back. I didn't think I hit the bottle that hard. It was like baby taps, but now I got a murder attached to me. A few little sips turned everything around me into a travesty, so do everybody a favor and stay sober on the pavement to prevent another tragedy. Because the last thing we need is more casualties. So drive safe, because it's not just your life, it's everybody's life that's at stake.
I'm Aisha Braveboy, State's Attorney for Prince George's County. One life is too many to be lost to unsafe driving. So join us in our campaign. Drive focused, sober, and safe.
There's nothing as horrifying than using a public restroom. Sure, maybe they're not that scary, but I'm sure everyone has had to use a public restroom under less than ideal conditions. Like public restrooms that haven't been restocked with essentials like paper towels or seat covers. Many times, toilet paper is missing or found loose on the nasty floor, too soiled to use. The solution is simple. Just carry the restroom kit with you. Each kit contains a patented seat cover, plenty of toilet paper, and 2 lightly scented wipes. One for your hands and the other one for your tush. Turn a public restroom into a pleasurable experience with the restroom kit.
Order your kits today at therestroomkit.com.
Awesome, man.
Oh, okay. I saw the little light come back on, but I didn't get my usual, we down to 30 seconds. So if y'all saw me looking around like I'm crazy, it's like, I think this light is on again. Anywho, we are back, and before we broke to commercial, for those of you who are just joining us, remember to hit share like. Pay attention to those commercials. Remember, the restroom kit helps you to protect your bottom all over the world. And of course, pay attention to State's Attorney Aisha Braithwaite and the Drive and Focus and I'm Not Drunk campaign. And now we're here also with our Justice for Our Jewel. The women are being a jewel. So if you're just tuning in, we have Dr. Stepheny Finnie and we have Mr. Norman Ray in here, and they just got finished doing a very impressive demonstration about store-bought sanitary napkins versus the Jewel sanitary napkins. So I'm going to put it back over here to Dr. Stepheny so she can finish up breaking down what she said. She passionate about the facts. So she's going to finish giving you guys the facts.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So I did the wet test, and now I think it's important that we see what is in our sanitary napkins. So I'm going to take the over-the-counter sanitary napkin apart first. And I will pass this across.
You want to leave it in?
No. Yes.
Okay. Please pass this across and tell me what you feel.
It's slightly damp. I know that.
Okay. Does it feel soft, hard? Just
It's a little bit. You can feel a little bit of something.
a little bit of something?
A little bit, just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll take
Okay.
that.
Okay. Like a lizard.
Okay, let me pass this around so you can wipe your hands off.
Okay.
Thank you. Like a lizard. Okay.
I feel like a lizard. I had to figure out a little bit of something.
Okay. Do you happen to see any color on this sanitary napkin?
I do see color on the sanitary napkin. It's blue.
Okay, that's blue dye.
Okay, and the purpose of the blue dye, Delilah says a very impressive demonstration.
Thank you.
What is the blue dye for?
That's the whole point. There should not be blue dye on a sanitary napkin. That is going into the feminine part of your body, which will eventually, over time, go into your bloodstream.
Okay, so is that like a decoration?
You would have to get with the over-the-counter sanitary napkin company to find that out. But
Okay.
I will hold this up and show the blue in case it's not seen. The
What
blue
is
dye.
that stuff underneath of there?
I'm about to. It normally doesn't attach, but this is
Hold
where we are.
on.
This is
That
the.
looks like some kind of gel or something. What is that?
This is the recycled newspaper that Norman was talking about that goes through a bleaching process. But this is the absorbency piece to our sanitary napkins.
Do y'all see that? It look kind of like that slime when the kids make the slime with the Elmer's glue. Kind of, sort of. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm going to still try to test the absorbency and put it in this cup with, again, 50 milliliters of water because that's what the medical community believes is the standard feminine flow. We know some people flow heavier, some less. We'll just go with 50. Thank you. And while that is trying to absorb, I want to show you this, which is plastic. And so that is basically a plastic trash bag. Sorry, Norman. And so
You pretty messy, Dr. Stepheny.
but don't worry, I have this this nice tablecloth that I can scoop all this up and
see
throw
it.
it in the trash because I didn't want to
see it.
mess
She
up
said,
your
"Oh
set."
wow."
But again, remember I said earlier that our body temperature goes up to 98.6 degrees during that time of the month?
Absolutely.
So we have plastic, a layer of plastic on the panty. Then we have the recycled newspaper. Then we have the dye, blue dye strip. And then we have this, you said it's kind of lizard feeling. So it's not soft, it's not hard.
I had to figure out what it was.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, so we have all of that in our sanitary napkin. It's not breathable. It's not comfortable if it's a lizard-like feel. Blue dye should never be there. Recycled newspaper definitely is a no-no in plastic with our body temperature going up. What is that a recipe for?
Disease.
Okay. Disaster, definitely.
Disease.
Okay. Let me move this here.
And that's in all of the and you got the little thin one there too, because you got the what's in the ones that's all thick. The other store-bought ones, you know, the ones like back in the day they used to give you at the he said the big fat ones like they used to give you in the doctor's offices in the schools.
Yes.
The nurses they do.
Yes, they do.
The girls come home and they don't like it because they don't have the little thin ones. They give them the big old fat ones like Norman just called it. In the schools, in your public schools, this is what's being given to the children when they forget to bring their personals.
Yeah. And I purposely did a thin sanitary napkin over the counter because I wanted you to see that the size is not the issue. It can be thin and still not give you the coverage that you need. It had 9 hours Lee guard protection. We know it didn't last for 9 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to pull apart the Jewel sanitary napkin now, and I'll pass this forward.
Keep sharing and inviting, guys.
And while she's doing that, one of the things that we also want you to know, when she talked about the store-bought sanitary napkins, we just wanted to just make you aware that these napkins go through an 8-step process, as I said earlier. And what it has the ability to do, ladies, is cause things such as toxic shock syndrome, UTIs, vaginal infections. They're even being linked to what? Fibroid cancer. So these are the type of things that you endure when you actually wear tampons and, unfortunately, the store-bought type of pad. So we really want you to get that in your spirit as well, is that we just want you to be healthy and safe. Because when you take it through that process, that 8-step process, you have an example of that. Toxic shock syndrome, Miss Debbie Wasserman. She was a supermodel. Well, she's lost 2 legs due to toxic shock syndrome.
Wow.
You have a 14-year-old young lady who actually passed away. But when they did the toxicology report, they found out it was due to toxic shock syndrome.
Now, for those that don't know, what is toxic shock?
Toxic shock syndrome. Toxic shock syndrome.
That's a tongue teaser, tongue twister.
Yes.
Say it 5 times real fast.
Toxic shock syndrome. Basically, it's a condition that actually, unfortunately, it can be contracted by using harmful napkins that have been induced with chemicals. And once it gets into a woman's system, it actually can cause some very bad health issues, such as amputation of your limbs, such as vaginal yeast infections. Of course, we can't say prophetically that every woman will get that, but what we can say that through the medical community, it's being linked in that direction. That's what we want you to know.
Okay, so I learned so pads, because I've always been told that was associated with tampons, so that's why you shouldn't use tampons.
You have the opportunity to get several things from the toxic shock, which is usually, like you said, from tampons, but the vaginal yeast infections, the UTIs what most will say.
The itchy.
Definitely has that ability to do that as well.
Okay, back to this. I'm rubbing it all on my face.
It must be soft to you.
It
is.
is.
It on your face.
It feels like cotton or something.
That's what it is. And do you see holes in it?
I do. I see holes in it.
That means it's breathable.
Okay, all
and
right.
Your sanitary napkin should be breathable from top to bottom. From the layer that goes on your panty up, it should be breathable.
Okay, all right now.
Body temperature goes up.
She said.
All right now.
Okay.
So all the store bought ones, or was it just that brand got the dye stuff in it, or all of them probably have it in it?
You know what? I had a conference that I went to last weekend, and I had ladies bring me theirs so that they wouldn't think I was just you know making stuff up. And they kept bringing me their products that they had, and I was going through it. And not all of them have dye, but all of them had stuff that either I couldn't identify, or they were amazed when we did the wet test. It was like, I didn't even know that this stuff was in mine. And I'm like, yeah, because I don't know what's in your stuff. I can tell you what's in Jewel, but I can tell you that whatever is in your product, you can see that it is foreign. It is foreign to your body. So please be mindful of what you're using.
All right.
Okay. Moving on through the Jewel sanitary napkin, there are 8 layers of cotton to include the bottom layer, the top layer, and this, which is, excuse me, Norman, can you touch that, please? Does it feel kind of cool to the touch?
It does feel cool to the touch.
Okay, that's polymer. That's what's in baby diapers. And this is great because remember I said our body temperature goes up to 98.6, so we have the polymer that's helping us as well. And it doesn't feel cool in that area, okay? You won't feel a coolness.
Well, I'm telling you, I never felt no coolness in no baby diaper. You got me stuck on that thing. But so it's just because you took the cotton off of it that you could feel the coolness?
No, excuse me?
Just because you took the cotton, why can't you feel it now?
Meaning, like, you will feel it a little bit now, just a slight coolness, but when you wear it, you won't feel a cooling sensation, is what I'm saying.
That might be good.
It could be, but you're not going to feel a cooling
Okay,
sensation.
no
It's just-
vibrations and no cooling sensation. All right.
No.
2 strikes. Save
No.
Save
Don't
your
say
life.
that.
Save your life is more important. Okay.
But this is our absorbency, so I'm going to put that in the 50 milliliters of water.
Okay.
But one of the great things about that cooling effect is you won't feel it. But this is what we want your ladies to understand. You may not feel it, but we want you to be cool down there during that time of the month.
We want to be cool too.
All right.
Yes. I've had some ladies say that, you know, they really get hot during that time, especially if, you know, you're working out and then your body temperature already goes up. So that's a win-win to have that polymer.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Now, this bottom layer, do you see any lines in this?
I do.
Okay. That means that this is breathable. Again,
Okay.
if I put this over a tea kettle, steam would come up through the top. And that's what you want. Again, your sanitary napkin should be breathable from the layer that goes on the panty to the layer that touches you.
And the benefit of it being breathable is just so that it's not causing a toxic cloud, I guess, for lack of better words, to explode back down here.
And I mean, I'm going to be a little frank. Sometimes,
Be frank, girl.
we may have a little odor during that time of the month because it's not breathable. If you have a breathable product, that's going to help with that. Hey, I just had to
So
be
you
frank.
can let the odor go out through the rest of the community then, huh? Because it's going to come through the little holes then in that case. I ain't going to go there. Never mind. Go ahead. No odor or not. Breathable or not. If you wash enough, you won't have no odor. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. If you take that over the counter and you wear that, you
can't.
Many times it's not breathing, and so that's why you have the odor.
Get that hour vibration with the clock like Dr. Stepheny used to have, okay, to prevent the odor. We don't want the odor, ladies. Go ahead.
No. And so with this layer, it is not plastic.
Is that cotton as well?
No, but it can be. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, just before you go, one of the things we love about these pads are, and I'm going to tell you what I love about it, is the fact that it's biodegradable.
Yeah, I was going to do that, but go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, this can go into my compost, meaning I can take it, I can grind it up, I can put it back into the environment, so it's good for me, it's good for the environment. So.
You just talking about that part right there. We're not talking about the whole sanitary napkin after it's utilized, right?
Norman, you can take it from there.
That's nasty. I'm not doing compost. That's the only problem that I got with. I was talking to County Exec Altabrook the other day. I'm not doing the compost thing.
Yeah.
Leave me a recycle bin. Go ahead.
Well, basically, what you're asking is the whole thing biodegradable,
Yes.
correct? With the layers that she had, but as far as the polymer,
Yes.
Okay.
the polymer will dissolve. Yes.
Yes.
And I'm gonna tell you what's so fantastic about that. I was in Africa back in May. And I had an opportunity to talk to some of the leaders while I was over there. And when they found out that we had a biodegradable female napkin coming on the market, they were blown away. And guess what they said to me? When it comes, we need to know. Because in Africa, now I can't say this about all Africa. I'm only telling you what they told me. Sometimes you find napkins in different areas of the city. So.
Okay. All right. So Miss Delilah Lee would like to know: do you guys make Depends out of this material?
Not as of yet.
Okay, why you smiling like that?
I'm smiling because you can use them in lieu of Depends. Meaning, I've had some individuals who wear Depends and they have taken the super, which I will show, and they placed that inside of their Depends, and it has worked phenomenally.
Okay, so something you're going to show us all the other ones. Something we haven't talked about is how much are these things?
Go ahead, Norman, give it to him because we're not breaking the bank.
They're $100 no.
I know, right?
No. Ladies and gentlemen.
How valuable is your stuff to you, ladies?
These napkins, for each one of our napkins, we have 4 variations. We have a panty liner. We have a moderate for women who have a light flow. We have a heavy for women who have a heavier flow. And, of course, we have our super. But all of them are $6 a pack.
And how many come in the pack?
Great. Glad you asked. This is our moderate flow right here, ladies. This is for usually your excuse me, your young girls or your ladies with lighter flow. You come with 10 napkins in this pack here for $6. Then you have your panty liners, which there's 31 per day. And what I love about these panty liners, I say I love it because I get to hear this from women. That's why I say I love it. So let me say that.
It's 30 in that box.
It's 30. And I'm going to tell you what's been... And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this if we have a moment. Okay? Then we have our heavy. This is for you ladies that have more of a heavier flow. And you want that secure feeling throughout the day as you're walking around, as you're at work. Then we have our super pad. This super pad, ladies, are for you ladies who have a really, really heavy flow. And especially when you go to sleep at night, you may wake up sometime and you find that you may have leaked during the evening or during the night. This has the ability for that not to happen to you at all. This is awesome. Now, one asks, well, Mr. Ray, can I wear these even during the day? Yes, you may. But we want you to know we have you covered in all 4 areas.
All right, now. And if they wanted to order them, how do they go about ordering them?
If you like to order these pads here, we're going to speak to 2 of us because we both are here representing the Justice for My Jewel campaign. For me, my site that you would go to is RTF. That's Romeo Tango Foxtrot. RTFsolution.us. And you can go to that site right there and go to purchase, and you're able to purchase this wonderful, wonderful product. Dr. Finnie?
For my site, you can go to slf.jewelpads.com.
And if you wanted to call them, guys, I know the numbers have been popping up periodically through the broadcast. But if you want to reach Dr. Stepheny, you call her on
804-852-7998.
And if you want to reach Mr. Norman Ray,
you can reach me at 804-586-3065. Can't wait to hear from you.
Okay, so going back to this whole thing of all the other benefits, did you go through all the benefits of the graphene?
I'm not done yet. No.
Okay, so give us the benefits of the graphene.
I'll do the graphene, and then I will actually show the sizes because I think people need to see the different sizes because it's not about thickness, it's about length. Okay. That's the only thing that changes in the sizes. But I'll go through the graphene.
Okay.
I mentioned that graphene is vibrational energy. It is always conducting. It's always alive. Graphene was founded by 2 individuals in 2010 who won the Nobel Peace Prize. So we have, Nobel Peace Prize winning technology in our sanitary napkins. Here are a couple of books that I read to find out more about graphene, and I will talk about graphene in some detail. But I want to show you how it is always alive and always conducting. This graphene strip is in all of our sanitary napkins, from the panty liners to the moderates to the heavy to the supers. And if it were being used, it would be wet, so I'm going to wet it. water. And if it's always alive, always conducting, always moving, I should be able to take this 7-watt light bulb and get a current. Now, when you think of vibrational energy, don't just think of it as electricity, though. Think of it, because energy comes in all different forms. It can come in the form of a windmill. I'm from Oklahoma, born and raised. We have a lot of windmills. So think of windmills to produce energy.
My baby girl at Oklahoma Christian University.
Nice.
Go ahead.
Great school. Great school. And then think of it as well as far as like a water dam, like the Hoover Dam, something like that. So energy can be produced in a lot of different forms.
Can someone touch that, Dr. Finnie?
Yes, you can touch it.
Hello,
It's not
Cheryl
harmful.
Brown
I would like for her
from
to-
Cheryl Brown from Rhode Island. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I'd like for you to touch that. That way you know it's not harmful. You didn't feel anything, did you?
No, I didn't get a 10, Michelle.
Okay, so this light bulb will not light up your kitchen. It's only 7 watts. But if this is always conducting and always alive, I should be able to get a current.
Do y'all see that?
I want to do it on your hand. Excuse me, Norman. That way you don't think
Do
this
you
is a
see
magic
that?
trick. So it's wet, right?
This is a
Go ahead.
look at that, guys. I want to do the stroke. Y'all know I'm stupid. Hold on. Oh shucks. Okay, so if you want yourself to light up,
No, you're not gonna light up. I promise you, you're not gonna light up.
we trying to get vibrations. Michelle cracking up. We trying to get vibrations. We got light though. Okay, we got light, baby.
Okay.
That is cool.
Yes, and remember earlier I talked about the benefits of graphene being in a sanitary napkin. The benefits are that if it is vibrational energy within it and it's always conducting, always alive, always moving, then it's going to help with a lot of inflammation, cramping, heavy flows. I mentioned removing heat from your core. We have the polymer that you touch that is, a little cool with our body temperature going up. Then we have this helping remove heat from our core. It's a win-win.
Alrighty. So you got some other quick facts
I
as we
do.
get ready to wrap up soon.
I do have some quick facts.
That hour go by quick, don't it?
It does go by very quick. One thing I wanted to say about graphene is that I do a lot of research on my own, and I've always felt that there was a healing component to graphene, and I did find a research journal about it's the University of Manchester in the UK that really by accident found out that graphene does have a natural healing component. What they were doing an experiment where they had the graphene strip, and they noticed that whenever any type of medical particle came into contact with it, it would kind of shift and split. And so they said, why don't we test this theory on our own? And what they did was they took any type of carbon substance, and they poked holes into the graphene strip using actual type of electron beam.
Okay.
And when they did that, they noticed that within seconds of coming in contact with the carbon in the vicinity, the graphene came back into contact and it actually molded back into shape. And I'm thinking from the perspective in the medical community of, if I'm having a baby and it is a requirement that any woman, when you have a baby, you use a sanitary napkin. If I have that type of component in my sanitary napkin, that would be phenomenal. As far as a healing component.
All right, that's interesting.
Yes. And then the last thing, I wanted to show you the sizes because we talked about that.
Absolutely.
This is the panty liner.
Can y'all get a close up of the sizes? That's the panty liner.
They all have wings.
Except for the panty liner, they don't have the panty liner does not have wings. And then this is the one I did the demonstration on. So it is the moderate.
Okay.
Notice still thin, so it's not thick at all.
Okay.
Okay, and then this is the heavy.
And you said the difference is only the length.
Only the length and not the thickness.
Okay, so why does the length make a difference in this? And can all body shapes, because somebody who might have that heavy flow or something, they might be a skinny person, they might not have as many minutes in their hourglass like I do, so that might not be good, that might be bunchy or anything like that. So what's the difference with the lengths?
Can I?
Go ahead.
Can I touch that?
Touch what?
That question.
The question.
Oh, okay. Touch the question.
No, one of the
woman.
reasons for the lymphs, guys, real quick, we have done a lot over the last 4 years. And I'm proud to say one of the reasons that we actually formulated these pads to have a longer length is due to what's out there already in the market and other pads that Ms. Tasha spoke about earlier in the show. We actually did those longer lengths because of you women who came to us and said, look, we love what you have, but can they be longer? We did that. And it actually is that done that way so we can have better coverage. We want you to be safe walking down the street. We want that young girl in school to feel comfortable that when she's sitting in her desk and she has come on her cycle, she don't have a young man who don't understand what it's like for her to make fun of her. That's why we made them longer.
Okay, so you need to wear your bloomers. You can't wear the little cute little things that might be too short. You need to make sure all the adhesive. I'm for real. I mean, I just can't imagine. I mean, you can't have the bikini cut on and have the overnight on. You need to have on a full blown.
There you go.
That's the time.
Just keeping it real.
Yes, it's comfort over cuteness during that time.
So tell me, what's your goal in getting this to reach all the women across the world? I mean, what's the game plan and how you're going to make this happen and things of that nature? Do y'all have any upcoming events or anything like that too?
Well, one of the things, first of all, before I say much, I have to really give my hat off and really very special thanks to our founder and CEO, Mr. Damon Crump out of Atlanta, Georgia, along with his lovely wife, Mrs. Kiana Crump. It is their vision and their passion that has spearheaded our company to where we are right now. We are not just in all 50 states, but we have now are in the process of even launching into the Caribbean and beyond. How do we get this message out? Word of mouth, social media. That is the best way and the most effective way that we've found to get the word out for the Justice for My Jewel campaign. We even have now started, as of last week, we now have a fundraising campaign that is available to organizations such as churches, mosques, different organizations that are looking to raise financing for their projects. So we want everyone to understand that any distributor or ambassador that's in your community, you can reach out to them. And if you can't do it that way, feel free to go to jfmj.org, which is justiceformyjewel.org, which is our company's website. And you can get even more information. That's again, jfmj, justiceformyjewel.org.
All right, guys. Now we're gonna have to wrap this up, but I want Miss Dr. Stepheny didn't get back to. Let me tell y'all, I noticed this as soon as she put it in there.
Sucked it right up. I'm glad you did that.
As soon as she put it in there, that water just went right up. And if y'all look at the original one here, it's still hidden here with the little liquid stuff in there. I noticed that as soon as she put it in there, it didn't have to sit there all that time. So that was pretty impressive, too, along with how I'm going to save money on my Pepco bill going forward. I'm going to just give me a couple of packs so I can just open it up and set my light bulbs on it, okay? But, okay, guys, so recap your phone numbers for us one more time.
804-852-7998.
And my number is 804-586-3065.
Thank you for sharing that, jfmj.org, in the chat, Jackie Mims. We appreciate you. I'm sure you must be an ambassador, too. And with that being said, guys, come back next Monday, same place, same time, because we are going to be talking about essential oils, and Dr. Brenda Bradley will be in the house, okay? And I'm telling you, she's bringing 2 live testimonies here about how these oils have helped 2 ladies, and you got to be here to hear that story, okay? So I want to thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you so much.
I hope that I wasn't too crazy for you and all this stuff. And we got to talk some pads when we get finished here. So see you guys next Monday.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
captured from mouth to mouth. It's not the size of her thighs she worries about, but the pride she thrives to keep that drive. That cinnamon twist. That cinnamon twist. That cinnamon twist. Ladies, can you feel me